Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Ramesh Ramachandran. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. India's ruling party tables bills to hold simultaneous national and state elections. Ukraine says it killed the head of Russia's nuclear, biological and chemical defense forces in a Moscow bomb attack. And Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau appoints Dominic LeBlanc as Finance Minister. The bills related to One Nation, One Election were introduced in the Lok Sabha on Tuesday. The opposition sought a division of votes as Law Minister Arjun Ram Meghwal moved the motion to introduce the Constitution 129th Amendment Bill 2024 and the Union Territories Laws Amendment Bill 2024 in the House. 269 members voted in favor of introduction of the bill. 198 were against it.
I beg to move for leave to introduce the Constitution 129th Amendment Bill 2024 further to amend the Constitution of India. ये आइटम नंबर 18 में है और आइटम नंबर 19 में जैसे आपने कहा, Honorable Speaker sir, with your permission, I wish to move for leave to introduce the Union Territories Laws Amendment Bill 2024, further to amend the Government of Union Territories Act 1963, the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Act 1991, and the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act 2019. ये मैं आपकी अनुमति से आपसे लीव मांग रहा हूँ. Thank you, sir.
Home Minister Amit Shah said that when the One Nation, One Election bills came up in the cabinet, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that they should be referred to a joint parliamentary committee.
जब ये संविधान सुधार का विधेयक, संवैधानिक संशोधन जब कैबिनेट में चर्चा में आया, तब प्रधानमंत्री जी ने स्वयं मंशा व्यक्त करी थी कि इसको जेपीसी को देना चाहिए. इस पर विस्तृत चर्चा सभी स्तर पर होनी चाहिए. इसलिए मुझे लगता है कि इसमें सदन का ज्यादा समय जाया करे बगैर अगर मंत्री जी कहते हैं कि इसको जेपीसी को सौंपने के लिए वो तैयार है, तो जेपीसी में सारी चर्चा होगी और जब जेपीसी के रिपोर्ट के आधार पर कैबिनेट इसको पारित करेगी तब भी फिर से चर्चा होनी है.
Meanwhile, Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla assured the House that a joint parliamentary committee will enable the members to discuss and debate the bills in their entirety. Members will be given more time to debate the bills when they come up before the House.
जेपीसी के समय व्यापक चर्चा होगी और सब दल के सदस्य होंगे, उसमें डिटेल चर्चा होगी और उसके बाद जब बिल आएगा उस समय आपको व्यापक चर्चा, आप जितने समय चाहोगे उतने घंटे आपको व्यापक चर्चा दी जाएगी. पूरा समय दिया जाएगा, सबके दल के सदस्यों को समय दिया जाएगा. ये मैं आपसे कह सकता हूं कि उस समय जब इस बिल पे लाएगा तो पूरी डिटेल चर्चा होगी सभी माननीय सदस्यों को. जितने दिन आप चर्चा जाएंगे उतने दिन से आपको चर्चा का समय दिया जाएगा.
Manish Tiwari of the Congress Party said that these bills violate the basic structure of India's constitution. He said that the introduction and consideration of these bills is beyond the legislative competence of the House.
The bills which have been moved by the Honourable Minister of Law and Justice absolutely assault the basic structure of the Constitution and are beyond the legislative competence of this House, and therefore they need to be opposed ab initio and the introduction of those bills have to be stopped.
India's Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said that unemployment rate has come down from 6% in 2017 and 18 to 3.2% this year. On labour force participation, the minister said she underlined the increasing role of women, reflecting broader societal and economic advancements. She was speaking in the Lok Sabha on the supplementary demands for grants first batch for 2024-25.
Unemployment rate was 6% in 2017-18. Today it has come down to 3.2%. And this is accompanied by a rise in the labor force participation ratio and worker to population ratio figures as well. A very important factor is the gender component, madam. The female labor force participation rate has been on the rise for the past 6 years, from 24.5% in 2018-19 to 41.7% in 23-24, and we'll be glad to know that this is largely driven by rising participation of rural women into the labor force.
India's President Draupadi Murmu on Tuesday presided over the first convocation of the All India Institute of Medical Sciences Mangalagiri in Andhra Pradesh. The President said that providing inclusive healthcare is a national priority. She highlighted the pivotal role of doctors in achieving this goal. The President urged young doctors to prioritize delivering medical care and services to people in rural, tribal and remote areas to ensure equitable healthcare access for all.
I would like our young doctors like you to give priority to providing medical care and services to people living in rural, tribal and remote areas. Providing inclusive health care in our national goal. Doctors, especially young doctors like you, have a key role in achieving this goal. I hope that all of you will discharge this responsibility with utmost dedication and make invaluable contribution in building a healthy, prosperous and developed India.
India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi attended a program in Jaipur that marked the completion of 1 year of the government of Rajasthan. The Prime Minister inaugurated and laid the foundation stone of 24 projects worth more than $5.4 billion. The projects pertained to energy, road, railway and water. In his address, the Prime Minister said that the national and state governments were working for the all-round development of the state. He was joined on the occasion by the Chief Ministers of Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh.
ये प्रोजेक्ट राजस्थान में पानी की चुनौती का स्थायी समाधान करेंगे। ये प्रोजेक्ट राजस्थान को देश के सबसे कनेक्टेड राज्यों में से एक बनाएंगे। इससे राजस्थान में निवेश को बल मिलेगा, रोजगार के अनगिनत अवसर बनेंगे, राजस्थान के टूरिज्म को, यहां के किसानों को, मेरे नौजवान साथियों को इससे बहुत फायदा होगा।
Earlier, Prime Minister Modi held a roadshow in Jaipur where he was greeted by thousands of his supporters. On the last day of his 3-day visit to India, Sri Lanka's President Anura Kumara Desanayake visited the Jan Aushadhi Kendra at the All India Institute of Medical Sciences in New Delhi on Tuesday. Earlier in the day, President Desanayake visited Gaya in the eastern Indian state of Bihar. He offered prayers at the World Heritage Mahabodhi Mahavihara and visited the sacred Bodhi tree. This is President Desanayake's first visit to India after the recently concluded presidential and parliamentary elections in the island nation. Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has appointed Dominic LeBlanc as the country's new finance minister after Chrystia Freeland quit in a surprise move over US President-elect Donald Trump's threat of imposing tariffs on Canadian goods. Trudeau was present at the swearing-in, which was his first appearance in front of media since Freeland's announcement. LeBlanc served as Public Safety Minister overseeing Canada's border security response after Trump threatened 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico if those countries failed to curb the movement of migrants and drugs across borders. Freeland resigned from her post, citing disagreements with Trudeau on how to respond to Trump's threat. She wrote in her resignation letter that Trudeau and her have been at odds about the best path forward for Canada. Her resignation came hours before she was due to provide an annual fiscal government update in the country's legislature. Now, following the resignation of his Deputy Prime Minister, Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau acknowledged that it's not been an easy day for him. Addressing a fundraiser event, Trudeau spoke about the importance of unity and collaboration. Chrystia Freeland, who also served as Finance Minister, resigned from her post, citing disagreements with Trudeau on how to respond to incoming US President-elect Donald Trump's tariff threats.
It's not been an easy day, but I wanted to come here tonight and speak with you, dedicated, devoted members of the Liberal Party. Canada is the best country on earth, but it's not perfect. That's why I wake up every single day thinking about how to make this nation work better for all Canadians. That mission to consistently put in the work so that we're living up to our ideals and values, that's at the core of what makes us Liberals. And it's why you show up here, even on the toughest days, as a party.
The European Union has started an investigation against TikTok following allegations that the platform was used by Russia to sway the Romania presidential election, which was eventually annulled. The probe is being conducted under the Digital Service Act after TikTok allegedly failed to assess and mitigate systemic risks. This comes after Romania's Constitutional Court annulled the presidential election by ruling that the election was marred by far-right candidate Calin Georgescu. Georgescu gained most votes in the first round from young voters and Romanians living abroad, and his campaign was heavily driven by TikTok. The court claimed that there was a massive social media promotion by Georgescu, even though he spent zero amount on political campaigning. This is the third probe EU has launched against TikTok over security and cyber attacks. An eco-creativity and innovation hackathon brings together young minds, offering them a dynamic platform to unleash their potential. These children are coming up with bright and innovative ideas that could make a real difference in protecting our planet. DD India's Siddharth Bharadwaj reports from New Delhi.
Welcome to Eco Creativity and Innovation Hackathon, where innovation and creativity come together to generate eco-friendly solutions.
The Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change organized the Eco Creativity and Innovation Hackathon, national level showcase in New Delhi. This unique initiative aligns itself with Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Mission Life campaign, which emphasizes sustainable and mindful living. Leena Nandan, Secretary, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, graced the occasion and appreciated how children came up with new and innovative ideas.
It is so energizing and so inspiring to see the kind of innovation and inventive, the curiosity of the child. I think we must constantly have these kind of events because it's a very good practical learning. So in our educational systems, the children are learning so much of theory, but when they apply it, when they put their thoughts into these kind of ideas, come out with these solutions, then not only does it embed the sustainability in them, for a long time it inspires all their other peers and colleagues.
A hackathon was launched in June 2024, supported by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change under its Environment Education Program that aimed to inspire young minds to tackle local environmental issues creatively through technology and innovation. It witnessed an overwhelming participation from children and youth. Top 5 student ideas were announced at the event and felicitated along with top 5 teachers and top 5 state level nodal agencies for motivating and mobilizing students for participation in this competition.
I am also very happy for getting a chance in participating in a competition like this, and was very happy with all the contacts I got.
I secured second position in National Eco Creativity Hackathon today at Showcase at Delhi. I am very thankful to Almighty Allah and my mentors and the Pijam Foundation.
Initiatives like these provide a platform for young minds to come together, blending creativity with innovation to shape a more sustainable and promising future. Siddharth Bharadwaj report for DD India.
The latest on the tragedy that happened in Georgia, where 11 Indian nationals were found dead at a restaurant in Georgia. The dead were mostly from the northern Indian state of Punjab. The Indian embassy is in touch with the families of the dead and is working with the local authorities to repatriate their mortal remains at the earliest. The head of Russia's nuclear protection forces, Lieutenant General Igor Kirilov, accused by Ukraine of using chemical weapons against its troops, was assassinated in Moscow on Tuesday morning local time. Kirilov and his deputy were killed in a bomb explosion. Ukraine's intelligence service was allegedly behind the attack. The device was concealed in an electric scooter. The blast took place outside an apartment building southeast of the Kremlin. The attack comes ahead of the third anniversary of the Ukraine-Russia conflict. South Korea's impeached President Yoon Suk-yeol's legal team says he will contest accusations of insurrection in court. Yoon, who has temporarily been suspended from office, is under investigation for declaring martial law on 3rd December, a move that plunged this Indo-Pacific nation into political chaos and led to his impeachment over the weekend. 10 members of the Joint Expeditionary Force and fellow NATO members, Germany and Poland, became signatories to measures including support to Ukraine and increasing defense spending and capabilities. The meeting in Estonia's capital, Tallinn, mainly focused on increasing support to Ukraine by measures that add to Russia's cost of waging the war. It's also proposed to increase the defense expenditure from the current 2% to 3%. The Joint Expeditionary Force includes Denmark, Estonia, Finland, Iceland, Latvia, Lithuania, the Netherlands, Norway and Sweden, and is headed by the United Kingdom.
We have to push and to encourage our partners to do the same, to increase the floor for defense spending from 2%. We agreed on that in Vilnius summit. But taking into account the new situation, geopolitical realities, we have to increase the spending at least up to 3% of GDP. Of course, it would make also positive impact to United States administration, and for us, transatlantic bond and strengthening of transatlantic bond is very important priority.
India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday expressed deep sorrow over the devastation wrought by cyclone Chido in Mayotte and assured France of India's unwavering support, offering all possible assistance. In a post on X, the Prime Minister wrote, and I quote, "Deeply saddened by the devastation caused by cyclone Chido in Mayotte, My thoughts and prayers are with the victims and their families. I am confident that under President Emmanuel Macron's leadership, France will overcome this tragedy with resilience and resolve. India stands in solidarity with France and is ready to extend all possible assistance, unquote. Cyclone Chido has killed at least 34 people in Mozambique. This according to the United Nations Humanitarian Agency, which on Tuesday quoted the African country's disaster agency. The storm moved towards Mozambique after leaving a trail of destruction in the French island territory of Mayotte nearby. Aid, including food and water, have left France's Reunion Islands for Mayotte. The full extent of damage caused by Cyclone Chido in Mayotte is yet to be determined because many areas are still inaccessible. France's President Emmanuel Macron is said to be planning a visit to Mayotte. An earthquake of 7.4 magnitude struck Vanuatu's capital Port Vila on Tuesday. The U.S. Geological Survey said the tremor was at a depth of 10 kilometers. Several items, including at least one shelf and a store sign, were scattered across the floor of a pharmacy. Police reported that at least one person has been killed in this Indo-Pacific country. And now take a look at what else is making news around the world. The Alibaba Group is to sell its Intime department chain for $1.02 billion to a textile firm. Alibaba is looking to focus on its core e-commerce and cloud operations after facing challenges because of a significant decline in consumer spending after COVID-19. Breaking norms and stereotypes, an Iraqi artist and carpenter, Salwan Karim, has created a pixelated artwork using discarded materials such as nails, keyboard buttons and bottle caps. He aims to send a message on the importance of sustainability. Rescue operations are on to free a 32-year-old scientist, Ottavia Piana, who got trapped in the Bergamo's cave. More than 120 rescue technicians are working to clear narrow cave passages using small explosive charges. To sports news now, Rohan Jey has been appointed as the Delhi District Cricket Association's president for another term, beating former India cricketer Kirti Azad in an election. The 35-year-old Jey secured 1,577 votes compared to Azad's 777. DD India's Abhishek Mahajan spoke to Jey after his win.
So Rohan Jey has been re-elected as DDCA President and is with us. Welcome Rohan, welcome to DD India and congratulations. And the victory has been quite convincing.
Thank you. So what has happened is that the elections just got over and we'd gone back to our members with a mandate for continuance of the development that we've been doing. And it's an outstanding mandate that has been given to us for continuance of our agenda and our purpose for making sure that the ecosystem becomes more friendly and ensures that every single player who has the potential in him to represent is given the facility to make sure that he does.
So what will be your focus in the next term?
See, we are more focused on making sure that a gap between academies, clubs, or a lot of grassroots level cricket is improved. A lot of school tournaments are initiated in the city. Apart from that, our intent to make sure that a new cricket stadium is started in the city is going to be explored, and also the pending upgrades for the existing infrastructure in the present stadium.
Do you also think that there is any scope of improvement, and if there is, are you open to it?
Oh, see, improvement is always there. We always come across things and we always improvise on them, and we're always open to suggestions and improve the functioning of an ecosystem.
And what do you want to tell people who supported you?
Thank you for your mandate. It's my honor to be given the opportunity to serve again, and I will make sure that everything is committed that we have committed to is completed within a stipulated time-bound manner.
And Shyam Sundar Sharma was re-elected as the DDCA director. Sharma said that he intends to work for the welfare of Delhi cricket.
Yeah, it's a thumping majority basically the members has given to us, and a lot of people are saying that first time Mr. Jey won election on the in the name of his father, but this time people have voted for him because of his work, and you can see the changes there. He has a vision, he has a dedication, passion to uplift the Delhi cricket, and I was there with him as in the capacity of his advisor for 1 year, and I have seen day and night to change the stadium. He has the vision. When we were hosting that World Cup, 58 toilets he has renovated.
India's public broadcaster Prasar Bharati has launched an OTT platform called Waves. Waves provides complete infotainment ecosystem to digital media and OTT audiences. If you want great content for free, then download Waves now. That's all for this edition of DD India Live. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Ramesh Ramachandran from all of us here in New Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Live.